Yeah.
Sir, welcome to everybody. Good afternoon. And really, I enjoyed the complete session, which was given by everybody, and everybody's contribution was really worth praising. Thank you all very much for giving me a chance to speak about it. Thank you all. Your great efforts are always welcome, sir.
Okay, Varunan. Muttu Sahib.
Good morning to everyone, sir. Sir, the hearing was so wonderful. I could not even miss a single thing. It was so very interesting, and I am thankful to all the discussants. Thank you very much, sir. Have a good day, everybody.
Okay. Subhash Chandra Bose, please.
Yeah. Good morning, sir, to everyone. I just wanted to ask, when I was studying my 8th class, I have seen a movie called Ice Station Zebra, which is the experience novel written by the Alistair MacLean. And that novel, which has been picturized as Ice Station Zebra, has shown the total polar region as a military operations. As you have all gone to the sky, that kind of a similar climate, maybe the South Pole side, but still, I would like to ask, what is the comparison which you have found over there? What has been picturized as Ice Station Zebra, and your personal experience? If you can tell anybody from the team, Krishnamurthy sir, anybody from the team, if they can tell this one point for my satisfaction of my childhood memory.
Anyone can say, but I would request Anand, Group Captain Anand, to kind of tell me from his experience. And Ice Station Zebra is one popular novel I think all of us have gone through. And that may say, when I was in Jodhpur, summer, and I was reading this book, Ice Station Zebra, and I was feeling cold. It is that powerful writing. So, Anand, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Yes, I have unmuted myself. Yes, I was also very fond of this book, Ice Station Zebra, and all Alistair MacLean books that I have read. And I would say that the way in which the Ice Station has been described in that book, it was very much true. Only thing is, the station that we had gone and seen, Maitri, was slightly on a mountain top and not as close to ice as it was in the Ice Station. However, the other station, Dakshin Gangotri, would have been very close to that because it was on the shelf ice, and that was which was very close to the Ice Station Zebra. Unfortunately, when we had gone there, that had already been submerged, so I couldn't experience that. And in terms of your specific question about that being a militarized zone, I would like to just say that, all the various nations, they want to have some hold on Antarctica so that someday when minerals are available to be freely excavated or taken out, then they have a say in that place. And that's precisely why every country is there. So most of the time in this, you will find people in pockets of places all around Antarctica. They have put their markers, I would say, so that they are there all the time. So though the Ice Station Zebra is of the North Pole, this is of the South Pole. That's the only difference that I found. But yes, probably I was also expecting something very similar to it. And it was also my childhood memory to see something like that. And it was a very welcome experience and an adventure for me. I hope I have answered your question. If there's anything specific.
No, it's absolutely correct. It is only South Pole, North Pole, but the climatic condition and the natural condition, geographical condition is almost the same, and very well answered, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anand. In the previous meeting, we had spoken about the Antarctic Treaty. In 1961, it came into being, and something like 55 countries have signed. In that, there will be only experiments and no land grabbing. But what Anand said is very true. The world is waiting to explore Antarctica and take out all the minerals. But that will be the final day. That will be the cataclysm. That will be the end of Kali Yuga, probably. In my particular opinion, you are all most welcome to conclude on your own what about in case Antarctica is dug up, what will happen? Because poles, North and South Pole, are the one who's controlling the weather, the climatic conditions of the entire Earth. And if it is dug up, what will happen is your kind of thing. Am I right, Gauri? Will I be saying the right thing?
Absolutely, it's a global warming and then sea rise. That is the disaster which is going to happen.
Exactly.
All the coasts will be, in fact, the height will be increased by 2 to 3 meters. That means all the coastal cities in the world will be inundated.
Okay. Now, may I request Bhavani Shankar Sahab to kind of comment? Please unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, sir. It was really very nice to hear. I was thinking as if I am there in Antarctica. Out of curiosity, I just wanted to one question. How far was the ship parked when your helicopter crashed and they evacuated 4 of our crews? How far it was?
I would request Group Captain Yadu to answer that question, please. How far the ship was berthed from the land? Group Captain Yadu Das. Yadu?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
See,
please.
Once you start operating, you are about 25 to 30 miles from the main continental shelf. The ground, what you're calling ground, is basically the ice shelf of the Antarctica, where we are parked. From there, Dakshin Gangotri was hardly about another 25-30 miles. But Maitri was close to 110 kilometers, 130 miles, I don't remember exactly. So that's the nearest. And the helicopters used to operate from the ship. We went from the ship and came back to the ship. But the rest of the crew was staying in these different places at different camps. Like the Walthot Mountains was still further away, about 200 kilometers from the ship. So this is what it is. And whenever there was bad weather, we moved away from the main, what you call ground, from the continental shelf.
Thank you, sir. Very nice to see you, sir. After long, I was with you in Jamnagar.
Oh, that's long. Oh, long time back. Yes.
Yes.
Yadu sir, I am ready. I wanted to tell you one thing. This is the first time we operated detachment at Maitri, making both the helicopters operational. I think it happened first time in Antarctica.
Yes,
we were the crew at Maitri. We stayed for 2 days. You remember, sir?
I remember.
Yes.
And we did some helipad work also there.
By the way, besides all the experiences of there, I think Samuel has not spoken about his experience on the last day when they were in Antarctica.
No,
very nice.
We will have to, at this rate, we will have to have not one, we will have to have 2 at least as session. Okay. Now may I request RP Kulkarni Sahib to go ahead. Please unmute yourself and talk.
Good afternoon, sir. I am RP Kul. Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, we are together at Karnikobar, and then because of you only, I could get the chance to go to Antarctica.
Okay.
You only when I was flying the helicopter in earlier 7th Antarctica back, that time you said you will go to Antarctica. I said, okay, sir, I will try. Then because of you only, I got the chance, and you said while going, don't let my name be down. I was a flight engineer, sir.
Okay.
Good.
And you after returning for Antarctica, I got a CS commendation for Antarctica trip. Thank you very much, sir. Very long time, after a long time, I have seen you, sir. Thank you very much. My daughter used to write your letter to Air Headquarters and used to give the WT message to us. So my daughters also remembering you. Thank you very much, sir. Very nice experience it was, and I am healthy and fine at Pune, sir. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
sir. Brigadier Apte sir is still on the call, sir. You may like.
Where is? I can't see him. Where is Apte ji?
Sir, if you are on the, I can see him. See his name. If he is on the call, sir, you may kindly unmute and speak. Brigadier Ajit Apte, sir.
Yes. Am I
audible?
Yes, audible.
Okay. Firstly, Mr. TVR, thank you very much. As Wing Commander Krishnamurthy said, you are not only unstoppable, but you are unsurpassable.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
My compliments to you and Wing Commander Krishnamurthy, sir. What a fantastic team you collected. I heard each and everything of this Antarctic expedition. I will just say a royal salute to each and every one, whether it was Air Marshal Samuel, the gentleman who did an operation of a Russian person on the kitchen table, whatever was done, that rescue mission where the near fateful mission was turned from a defeat into victory. My just one thing is salute to the Indian Armed Forces, to the Air Force, the Navy, the Army, and the scientists. Excellent. I have only one small point to mention. Are the Chinese competing with us in their efforts at the Antarctic? Because China is definitely one of the major superpowers contending the US, and anything that India does, I don't think China will accept it lying down. I am aware that so many expeditions have taken place, but your worthy opinion, sir, as to what the Chinese could do and what are our countermeasures there. Thank you, sir.
Anyone? I have no answer to this because China visibly at least have not done anything as far as Antarctica is concerned.
Since now I am in Canberra, Australia, I heard here Chinese are opening up many more posts or camps as compared to the rest. They are going in a big way into this thing in the last 4 or 5 years in the continent.
Okay. Right.
In fact, if you permit, I would like to add, see, in 83-84, we did in a big way and we established our camp in one go.
Sir, you can position yourself so you are not half seen. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And in 84-85, the 4th Indian expedition, when we went, we heard that Chinese had moved to another area in Antarctica with 500 people in one go and established their camp over there. And I'm quite sure, though we have not been following it up, I'm quite sure Chinese must have done wonders in that area also, because they don't leave the things unattended wherever India has reached. So I'm quite sure they must be doing very well there.
At one time, China was expelled from the territory, sir.
That part is not known. As I said, we are not following it. But as Krish sir brought out, that we were given consultative status of this committee, this treaty, 14 members. We were part of that after seeing our performance in 2nd and 3rd expedition. Immediately after that, we were given consultative status, which China was not given at that time.
Now, I read in one of the books that because they have butchered some penguins, China was expelled from the Antarctic Treaty itself. But they haven't left the place. They are still continuing there itself.
Okay. Naidu Garu, please go ahead. Please unmute yourself and talk.
My hearty congratulations to everyone who has participated in this. You people really appreciated in for India. And the narration was so intense. It almost like a suspense thriller. We are seeing so I congratulate everybody who have participated.
It is a great learning for every one of us.
Yes,
working. Okay.
Thank you and congratulations.
You're most welcome, Naidu Garu. Okay,
Sir, thank
Mr. Balingi. V.S. Balingi, go ahead, please, before you lose your chance.
The excellent input we received today from the speakers.
TBR, please put the mute on everyone.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah. Working in abnormal and unpredictable environment is a most admirable one which you people have undergone. The team from the various functions working for their goal and achieving the success is most commendable one, sir. We definitely proud of you all for your contribution towards the nation. It is my privilege that I had been association with Wing Commander for a long time and even as on today. So I really felt nice to see him and today in our forum and listen him. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, Mr. Nurul, you have any question or you have any comments to make? Go ahead. Nurul Amin.
Good afternoon, sir, for everybody. First of all, we should extend the gratitude to the TVR sir and the team to provide such a fantastic show. First of all, for the unknown people like me, this is looking like viewing a picture or a movie, because the expedition of Antarctica is totally brand new to us. So it is a great, interesting to hear from all the speakers, and really it is for bringing up the great show of their experience in the Antarctica expedition. It is quite new information for so many people, and we totally salute all the participants and the way it is put up to the show. The heads up to all. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Have I missed anyone who I have not seen on the screen? Anyone, please come on the line.
Ramesh Vidyarthi, sir. Yeah,
go ahead,
Mr.
Vidyarthi.
Yes.
Yes, Vidyarthi, go ahead.
Sir, good afternoon to everybody, sir. And salute to all the expedition experts. They have really brought us a big energy at this point of time. We are really grateful to you, sir. After retirement, we are listening the adventurous activities. I tried for this Antarctica mission, this thing to be part of, but I was not permitted because I was a clerk GD, so a lot of manpower problem was there. That is why they did not allow me. And for educating us, thank you very much, sir. I pray for each one of us to be very healthy and prosperous life. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Most welcome, Vidyarthi Sahib. Before I hand over to
Krishnamurti sir, I have one small simple doubt, sir.
Yeah, I gave you a chance. You didn't come on the line. Yeah, please come.
Sir, since you said about the minerals, I would like to know whether the minerals which are at Antarctica and Himalayas would be the same minerals, or that minerals would be any difference?
No. What you find in India, southern peninsula, right up to the Gangetic Plain is all were connected to Antarctica once upon a time. We were part of Antarctica, Gondwana land, and we have come out of it. You can just blindly imagine that the minerals, what you're thinking, will be what we get in the southern and the central portion of India. That you can assume. I'm not a geology. Mr. Dr. Sharad Mukherjee will have to answer this question, but I can assume that it will be the same. And then I also told jokingly to my friend that one fine day that we might get diamonds, because we are part of South Africa. We were attached to South Africa once upon a time. Diamonds are found there. We will find diamonds in India too. So in the same logic, what you are asking, yes, the minerals what we think is in underground in Antarctica, maybe what we have in the southern peninsula.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome.
Give me 1 minute, sir. I want to speak to Natarajan, sir.
Who is that? Yeah.
Sir,
1 minute. I want 1 minute. I want to hand over to Natarajan now. Before I hand over to...
Yeah, ready, go ahead. Yeah.
Just 1 minute. Before I hand over to TBR, I want to request Vinko Natarajan whether we have missed any important point till now. Please go ahead, Nat, sir.
Let me speak to Reddy. Yeah.
Yes. Reddy is there online.
Yeah. Reddy was under me. Really.
yes, sir. You are the... I was your brainchild, sir. You only sent me to this one. I just can't forget. That day also I was discussing with our Krishnamurti, sir.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah.
Able to listen, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was very eager to see you, sir.
Yeah, anytime I'm settling in Bangalore. Anytime
you are settling in Bangalore, sir.
Yeah.
Sir told me that you are in Bombay. Right, sir. When during my next visit, I'll try to meet you and Yadu, sir. Yadu, sir, was we had very nice time in 6th expedition. Very good flying and totally incident and accident-free expedition. You remember, sir, Yadu, sir? No, you have to unmute your this one.
Yeah, to meet me, you'll have to come to Australia. No, I'm in Canada.
Right. Sir.
I left Bangalore in February. I left Bangalore in January this year.
All right. When are you coming back, sir?
I don't think for the next 2 years.
Oh.
There's nothing, no
Great.
movement is allowed from here.
Right.
Great.
I'll meet
there
you,
is
sir,
Sharad-
Natarajan, sir. I'll meet you in Bangalore.
Sure,
Sharad Pathak. Veteran
Thank you, sir.
Sharad
Thank you very
Pathak.
much. I'm very happy. Extremely pleased to see you, sir.
Thank you.
Pathak ji, where are you?
Same to you.
Sharad Pathak. Yes.
Pathak sir, yeah, you can speak.
Yes, yes.
Sir, thank you very much, Krishnamurti sir and his complete team. You have given a wonderful narration which we never dreamt of. We can't think of having such a Zoom meeting anywhere, but you have been very kind enough to enlighten our group with the meeting. The interest you are taking is unparalleled, sir. So I am very much thankful to you, and definitely we will have one more meeting in the month of August because we are enjoying it to its maximum. Thank you, sir. I wish all the best
most
for all the
welcome.
members.
Yeah. Gauri, bolo.
Sir, while searching for my slides, in fact, I missed out on 2 points. One is most of the people in the last meeting also asked about the conditions, the shortages of food and all that. The ship, which most of you know, the Tuleland, has the naval cooks on the board. They made sure that the food, absolutely there is no shortage whatsoever. And being a typical on-site, I could not eat food without pickles. So I had some problem in eating that. Then Captain Srinivas Rangarao from the previous winter expedition saw my plight. I said, sir, wait for exactly 25 minutes. I'm going on a trip to Dakshin Gangotri. I'll get you pickles. And within 1 hour, he came back with a crate of Pia pickles from there, along with Pan Bahar. Okay, that way, as far as the food or any other aspects are concerned, our Indian stations are well equipped, very nice. In fact, I was told in the winter periods, people from the Russian station used to walk for 2.5 hours to watch Hindi movies in our Maitri station. In fact, that way, when you go to a Russian station, it appears like something like a storeroom. Comparatively, the German stations are better equipped, but Russian stations, they hardly have anything. For most of the things, they used to walk down and come and depend on Maitri for even their food. That's the situation. I want to bring it to the people.
Okay, sir. Anyone we have missed?
CP Singh actually wanted to speak, sir.
Where is CP? Where is CP?
Can I come in?
CP, where
Yeah,
are you?
Sadbir. Yeah, Mr. Sadbir.
Yeah, please, Sadbir, come.
The speaker for enlightening one person like me, a German. India and Antarctica have a common cold. This was first time I just came to know, adding to my general knowledge. My query to all of them, or anyone can answer, comparing with today's communication situation, how did they get in touch with their family and other relatives at that time? Was it possible that time, or they were totally cut off from the families?
Sir, I will answer for this, Shankar Malavadi, sir. I was the telecommunication engineer there, sir.
Please, sir.
So that time, we had a 5 kilowatt Indian-made transmitter, sir. So we could contact to Delhi, but it was not going through all the time very well. So we had a satellite terminal, sir, there. So we could contact our family members through Guneri, through those who are having directly STD numbers. They were contacting directly from station to their family in Delhi, Mumbai, who were having that ISD numbers. But other fellows, the rest of the country, they were getting through Guneheli, that is a London Earth station. But it was very pathetic, sir, to get in touch with the families, and that too government allowed only 3 minutes per month. So it was difficult. Only though who had ISD numbers, STD numbers, they could contact easily. But others were through other stations, like go to London, then contact to Mumbai or Bangalore, and then connect to your rural areas. By the time the communication gets lost, sir.
Okay.
So that was the only way.
My hypothetical
Writing telegrams, we were writing a telegram every day. There was no problem in writing a telegrams.
Okay. Now my hypothetical question. Given an opportunity
if today you are asked to go again to Antarctica without your communication facilities of today's, will you be?
Yes.
Dr. Sadbir, may I answer your question? No, my question is. May I answer your question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Okay. I had an opportunity to be responsible for 4 Antarctica expedition teams from the Air Force. Sitting there in Delhi, what I used to do is I used to receive telex messages from the individual members. I used to pick up envelopes and inlands which have been given prior self-addressed. I used to repeat and also add that the member so-and-so is happy, comfortable and sends his regards to you. Similarly, they used to send me the letter and I used to convert them into what he said about the telegram. I used to convert them into telex messages and send. So today, if someone is there, at least to coordinate, forget about WhatsApp and the rest of the thing. If there is someone to coordinate to do like this, anyone will be able to go. Not a problem. Hypothetical question is answered, I hope.
Physical fitness would not be a question, sir. Physical fitness?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is a place where there is low temperature. During the summer, we used to call it as -0 or +0. So, physical fitness matters a lot. Okay. Now you heard Shankar Malavade telling about a person suffering from a small ailment.
Appendicitis.
Yes, which necessitated an operation. So long as possible, if you are a fit person and go and survive, it is the comfort of the team, because it's a team spirit which counts, not an individual. And it is a matter of comfort to the rest of the expedition members that you are well, others are also well. That is the team spirit.
About communication, I would just like to add, we must highlight that in third expedition, we had ham radio operator with us.
Yeah, that's right.
And he did a wonderful job. We could even talk to the people from Antarctica through HF. They have a wonderful communication system, but sending messages was much easier because he will talk to Delhi and convey our message, which will be a letter to be sent to our homes. Along with what Chris sir has mentioned, the telex officially being sent, plus 3 minutes per week, we could talk to our family members.
We had one amateur radio operator, Mr. Ashutosh Singh. He was sponsored by Prime Minister, and he is from Ra. So none of us knew that he is gathering information on all of us and passing on to the Prime Minister directly. But through him, I could get through to Coimbatore. On a fixed time, I called my relations. I could speak to them through amateur radio. I mean, it was just a personal touch with him. But I knew him. We did a wintering before going to Antarctica along with him, the same tent. So I guessed from my practical experience that he is not a normal person. And though people didn't know that he is spying on everyone, that is a different issue.
Krishnamurthy sir, I just want to add one point to this. See, the people have asked about the communication facility between the family and the soldier. So in such case, what has happened in 2000, when the Himalayan glaciers around 17,000 feet height, when the ITBP was working, they were facing the same problem in the winter season as well. So in such condition, I have trekked about 20,000 feet to Himalayan glaciers 4 times to solarize those satellite communication system, and I have solarized that one, and it has been handed over to the ITBP headquarters, 2nd Battalion and 5th Battalion in Uttarakasi. And by this project which I have done of solarizing, because there used to be so many abnormal things which I don't want to spell over here. And to avoid those things, I have established a energy system over there which can work in -25 degrees also. So under the -25 degrees, total design, manufacturing, establishment, commissioning, everything done by me. Only there is no second support into this. So, but Army cooperation was very much there. Army means ITBP cooperation, because they are the specialized force to work in that beyond Gangotri. So when I installed this particular satellite communication of the 12-volt system and the base communication from the HF system, particularly with now somebody has mentioned the HF system, which is having the base to base communication. This has been already energized in 2000 by me in around 17,000 feet in Himalayan glaciers where minus 25 degrees are available.
Great work. Now, Mr. Srinivasan, do you have any queries? Do you have any comments? We all would like the comments so that the next meeting is much better and improved. Please go ahead.
Sir, one small humble question to all the stalwarts. Anyone can reply, sir. When on the sky of the Antarctica, and on the land of the Antarctica, how do you justify कि सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा? Krishnamurti, sir.
Yes, the सारे जहां से अच्छा हमारा is a mental feeling of comfort where you make yourself comfortable and be happy with what is existing. On board the ship, like someone was commenting, that all facilities were available and we were very comfortable. Dakshin Gangotri or Maitri or any field station, all they had to tell us was on the helicopter, we want this. The next trip, we made sure it is available. Why I am giving this example is not because we did this work, but this feeling of Sare Jahan Se Acha. This is the one, as Gauri and others said, we established a camp in 24 days. And that is India. It is not permanently put 500 people there and, okay, do what you want to do. Cold and in this thing. So that is Sare Jahan Se Acha. I hope it answers this question.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Since my son is in Merchant Navy, so this will be very useful to him. I'll surely pass this information. My son is in Merchant Navy and keep sailing all over the world. So it will be useful for him and he will be traveling from
Yes.
Thank
it
you.
is
Thank
just
you,
the mental makeup. Okay. Now, TBR, please take over. You have been kind to give me the controls all this while. Please take over and complete.
Sir, you didn't allow Srinivasan sir to speak.
No, Srinivasan. Who spoke? I thought it was Srinivasan.
Yeah, it was Vidyarthi,
No.
sir. Vidyarthi
Oh,
It was Vidyarthi sir who spoke.
Oh,
Please
Vidyarthi.
allow Srinivasan sir to speak.
Yes, Vidyarthi.
He was a flight engineer in Air Force.
No, you are an intruder. I didn't know Vidyarthi. Okay. Srinivasan, go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. I am ex-Officer Srinivasan, served as a flight engineer. Actually, I thank everybody to allow me to join this webinar. I wanted to see all my mentors in the webinar, like AVM Samuel sir, Group Captain Anand sir, and one of Sir Sharma sir. I served under them. It was a great pleasure to join this webinar and learned a lot of things about this glacier. Although I have not participated in this expedition, I didn't get chance. I served only 11 years as a flight engineer. I didn't get opportunity. But I learned many things from your talk. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Right. Anyone else, please? Actually, we have exceeded the time. Doesn't matter. TBR will excuse us for this. TBR, please take over.
Thank you very much, sir. Wing Commander Krishnamurti, sir. In fact, you have taken us all to the Antarctica expedition freely for 2 hours with a galaxy of team members who participated in the challenging expedition, starting from our Air Marshal Khanna, sir, and Group Captain Madabushi, sir. Then we have Wing Commander Natarajan. They're all decorated heroes of our Air Warriors. Group Captain Das, sir. Then we have AVM Samuel sir, who explained very excellently about his journey. Then we have Group Captain Anand sir. Then Wing Commander Mohan Rai sir, Wing Commander Jatin Kaul, Wing Commander Gauri Pati Garu, then JW Chandramouli Reddy and Dr. Sharad Mukherjee and Shankar Malavade. So it's a beautiful explanation of an adventurous journey that you have all led. So it is really in the heart when we heard about the accident, and also so we came to know about the challenges involved and enjoyment involved, and that is the really spirit of all our air warriors to see through the mission despite of all the odds they have faced, and it's really wonderful, and we feel so blessed and honored for the appearance of all our great heroes on this call, explaining and narrating their adventure and excellent journey. Wing Commander Krishnamurthy sir, our salute to you on behalf of all our Air Warriors group for bringing this excellent team on the call and explaining directly, and we are so fortunate to hear all the journey directly from the horse's mouth. That's what is so special for us today. So thank you, sir. And also we anxiously look forward to the next episode of our Antarctica expedition. Yes, sir.
TB Rao, I must thank each and every individual who has consented to come on and participate. And a small 2 penny more to Shankar Malavade and 2 penny more to Dr. Sharad Mukherjee for accepting this special invitation, for joining us. And like we were together in the ship, he asked me, what am I? I didn't know. Am I part of your group? He said, you were part of the group in the ship while going and coming.
Yes, sir.
And we were together. So that is good enough. Okay. Anyone has any comment, anything? I have one request to you all. Yadu will be able to help me out in this thing. I am looking for any of the maintenance person, technical person of 110 who served during the 1971 war. Any names? 1, 2. I have only one name, that is Wing Commander, Honorary Flying Officer K.S. Bindra, Flight Engineer. Anyone, any kind of flight engineer, gunner, fitter one, anyone, please. I want the names. I kindly pass it on. I'm collecting the names of these people who served with us in the 1971, our engagement in Agartala sector. Thank you so much. And if we have no other comments or questions, may I request TBR to bring it to close.
Yes, sir. So I think everybody, is satisfied with the way they were given the chance by you, sir. And once again, thank the whole team of Antarctica for giving us the wonderful experience of a kind of adventure, one lifetime adventure. And really, you did, the team did proud to our India. And I think we also feel proud that we are part of your journey by your narration, sir. Thank you all, sir. Thank you all, Air Marshal Khanna sir, and all the Group in Anand sir, the AVM Samuel sir, and all Group Ganapati sir, and all other Air Warriors, and all particularly our Veer Chakra holders like our Vaigam Patra sir, Suresh Karnik sir, and Brigadier Apte sir, and all other warriors who have participated and made this journey a grand success. Thank you all, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir, we would like to see some good photograph next our program, sir.
Yes, we shall try that. We'll work on that sharing. We'll work on that sharing and then continue.
Yeah, I think sorry for the initial technical glitch, sir. Finally, we made it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Kicha.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Special thanks to Krishnamurthy sir also.
Yeah.
And third pillar is
all the thanks from us.
Third pillar, Krishnamurthy sir को भी बहुत-बहुत मुबारक हो.
No, he is the main pillar.
No, he has become the third pillar now, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Pathak sir,
thank you very much, sir. Krishnamurthy sir, thank you very much, TBS sir.
Most welcome.
And also, sir, Wing Commander Natarajan is on the call. Sir, so I have a special regard for you, sir. Firstly, congratulations for being elevated from airman to officer.
So, thank you.
And I came to know through that Google. And also, I salute you for your bravery in getting a Veer Chakra kind of thing during IPCAP operations.
Yeah, Balingay is there in your group. Balingay knows me well.
We both of us joined Indian Air Force from same institute.
Acha, good.
We went in a different field, and since then we are in association. and he narrated the story of Veer Chakra. In adverse condition, with defense minister landed in Maharashtra Fort, which was admirable, and the entire air headquarters was monitoring when at the time of landing. And great work by Mr.
Yeah, no one will believe we landed at Mahad on top of Shivaji's thing. Next to the cemetery, we landed a Mi-8. Initially one, subsequently two. No one can believe it. We have done it.
I think you have an amazing story to tell, sir, being Veer Chakra holder, starting your career like all our air warriors. And we will have a separate call for that, sir, with your permission. In due
course. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you all.
Yes.
Really good.
Yeah, so nice, sir. I think we have a lot of
Okay, sir. Bye.
Thank you, Yadu, sir, coming from Australia, attending us. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Okay, Yadu. Bye.
Special thank to Yadu.
Yeah, sir. Fantastic.
Thank you all of
Canberra, I mean, Australia.
Australia, from Australia.
See you sometime again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very
so
nice.
Sir. So nice listening to your stories.
Good day to everyone.
Yes.
Good day.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Krishnamurthy, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All the credit to you.
Bye-bye.
Wonderful conduct of the program.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.